All right, on tonight's episode of Python Papi, we're back inside our generative AI course, and we're still going over the basics and foundations of our help management project. Let's have a look at what we went over tonight. Now, yesterday, if you recall, the last thing we left off with was we actually created our LLM MD, which was able to generate its own responses based on a problem statement it saw. So we're going to move on from that. Now we can move on to the second step. Let me fix that really quickly, which is use cases. So we will be discussing use cases with respect to both techniques, which are going to be discriminative and the generative. So we're going to start with the discriminative. Discriminatives based on the data discriminates based on the data and generates some sort of output. Let's look at an example below. So we have this here, types of music. That's going to be our starting point or the data we start with. Now we can say that this is our data set, which we name types of music. From this, we will want to create a discriminative model. You can see we did that here in step two, discriminative deep learning model. This model will be our classifier that helps us put different genres of music in their respective category. Now there will be three categories to choose from: classical, rock, or rap. And you can see here, this is the third step. So we started with our data set. We created a model around it to do something in particular, a task in particular. And that task was to classify different genres of rap and put them into different categories. And you can see that's what it's doing here. So you have classical, rock, and rap. Now this is basically one use case or the discriminative technique. The next one is going to be the generative technique, and that's this one here. Again, let's say we have music for this example. So this is music. If you ever seen music play, it plays in waves. I can't do a wave inside of VS Code, so this is the best we got. So this is our musical input. And from this music, we will train our generative model. So we start with our musical input, and we're going to train a generative model around this musical input. And attached to this generative model will be to generate new music from the music we provided. So that's going to be the step here, the step three. So we started with our data set, our musical input, created a model around it, a generative model that we want to generate new music. Now, this is just one use case of generative AI. In short, this use case will allow us to generate new content from the data we enter. That'll end up looking something like this. So we start with our musical input, build a model around it that's supposed to do a specific task, and that's going to be to generate new music. And that new music is going to give us completely new content. Now that's where we're at for the night. Like I said, we're still at the basics and foundations of the health management project. We are going to keep moving forward, full speed ahead, and I will keep you posted every step of the way. But for now, it's the Python Poppy. You guys stay Gucci.